Hi friends, welcome to our channel. Today we will discuss introduction to distance based models. Okay, generally before going to measurements we have many number of ways to measure the distance. Generally we know we have many number of ways to measure the distance. Assume the measurement of distance is not in terms of metrics, that is not in terms of kilometers, meters or miles. Whatever the metric you are using, that is to measure distance from one place to another place, if you are using either kilometer or miles or meters or centimeters, the distance is not modified, simply the way of presentation is modified, but the original distance is not modified, simply that is a scale. But what is our intuition? Our intuition is not the scale of measurement, not the scale of measurement. For example, you are moving from place A to place B. If you are moving from place A to place B, then assume if you are moving by train, what is the distance? Suppose if you are moving by plane, what is the distance? Observe, everyone know, if you are moving by train means compulsory you have to follow the predefined path, and if you are moving by plane means so the path is reduced. For example, if it is a mountain, it is not possible to go by car or by train or by vehicle, but if it is a mountain also it is possible to go on a plane. Or simply if you are moving from Hyderabad to Vijayawada, suppose if in train it takes approximately 4 hours, suppose if it in plane it takes only 1 hour. Why? Because no need to follow the complete path, simply by using a plane we can reduce the distance from one place to another place. That is a required thing. You got it? For example, I will consider one more example. Everyone know chessboard. So everyone know chessboard game. So in chessboard game also, each piece, that is each piece means what are these? King, queen, bishop, pawn, rook, all those are called pieces. Each piece have some set of rules. I think you know that one. Each piece have some set of rules, and that is the restriction on moves. The restriction on moves. For example, at the same time the restriction can be directional also. The restrictions can be directional also. What do you mean by this one? Assume king, queen, this is for introduction purpose, king and queen can move in any direction, that is either horizontal, vertical, diagonal, and in any direction you can king and queen are move. For example, you know bishop can move only diagonal, For example, rook, the rook can move only either horizontally or vertically, Suppose pawns, only upward direction. That means in a chessboard also, to move from one place to another place we are providing some restrictions, at the same time some rules also. Again we have many number of restrictions. Simply see this one. For example, the king and pawn at a time move only a single step. King and pawn can move only a single step, that means only one square of a time, only one square. For example, queen and rook can move any number of squares, in the given direction, that is in only a single direction it moves any number of directions. Finally, we have knight also. Simply it moves in L form. It moves simply in L form. L form means one diagonal and horizontal or vertical. One diagonal, one horizontal and vertical. What is the meaning of this one? That is, what is the importance of this one? How these are required to us? Simply observe, in distance based methods I have a set of items. This is comes under machine learning. Okay, in machine learning we have supervised and unsupervised. For example, up to now we have discussed supervised. For example, SVM algorithm comes under supervised algorithm. Now we have a set of elements or a set of particles are present. You have to find the similarity between the particles. You have to find either a supervised or unsupervised. One example is, for example, these are set of particles. Okay, I am grouping the particles into some clusters. I group the particles into clusters. What do you mean by cluster? Cluster means a set of elements all have similar properties. A set of elements all have similar properties. That is called cluster. Now the question is, how do we make clusters? How do we make clusters? So for making the clusters, we are using some similarity measures. Some similarity measures or some distance based measures. Okay, suppose some similarity measures are cosine similarity, Jaccard similarity, Pearson correlation coefficient. These are some popularly used similarity measures. Similarly, we have some distance methods also. Euclidean distance, Manhattan distance, Minkowski distance. These are some distance methods. We will discuss that one later. That means for this, in order to calculate the distance also, directly it is not possible to calculate the distance. Why? Because we have many number of distance methods. We have to select the best one depending upon the problem. That is like this. That is, moving from one place to another place in the chessboard, we have many ways. That is, if you are using king, or if you are using bishop, or if you are using rook, we have many ways to move from one place to another place. But which one you have to select depending upon the problem. Now this is the introduction. I will move to the distance methods. Some of the distances that are used in this particular concept, that is in machine learning. The first one is Minkowski distance. The first one is Minkowski distance. Okay, what is the distance? For example, if x belongs to R power d, this is the instance space. In the total instance space, or if x is equal to RT, no problem. If x is equal to RT, total instance space, how this distance is measured? Okay, I will write, if x is equal to R power d, the Minkowski distance of order. I will explain the order also. Of order p greater than 0. What do you mean by p? The order. I will explain the order. P greater than g. It is defined as distance of, here p is the order, x comma y are two coordinates or simple terms. In simple terms, x and y are 2 points. In the total space, assume x and y are the 2 points. To have to calculate distance between x and y. We have to calculate distance between x and y. What is the formula? Sigma some j is equal to 1 to d. That is the total distance, simply xj minus yj p. Xj minus yj whole power 1 by v. Here what is the p value? This is, assume this Minkowski distance is a general formula. It is a general formula to measure some distances. If it is order p greater than 0, simple notation. Simply, suppose if you forget to represent this notation, you can represent this one also, x minus y of order p. X minus y of order p. Okay, this is called LP norm. Another name is, this is also called as LP norm. LP norm of, for example, I am using the simplified notation. Suppose this vector is represented in Zp. For example, Z is equal to this x minus y. This is also represented as sigma j is equal to 1 to d mod zj p whole power 1 by p. Observe the same formula. I am using this entire thing, x minus y is replaced with z. X minus y is replaced with z. So why I am replacing the z means this is called p norm. Here what is the p value, what is L norm, what is LP norm? Okay, observe, if L value is if p value is equal to 1, what is this this one? This is called 1 norm. If p value is equal to 2, this is called 2 norm. What is 1 norm is called as Manhattan distance. I think now you got the point. Okay, this is the general formula. This is the general formula to calculate distance between two coordinates or between 2 points. In order to calculate distance, suppose if the p value is equal to 1, that is called 1 norm and it is called Manhattan distance. Then what is the formula? Simply DISP of xy is equal to sigma j is equal to 1 to d xj minus yj. That is p value is 1, power p whole power 1 by p, both are cancelled. This is Manhattan distance. This is called 2 norm. The 2 norm is called, the most popular distance method is Euclidean distance. The 2 norm, that is if p value is equal to 2, that is called U norm. Then again the formula is disp of x comma y is, 1 by p. 1 by p means square root of p. Simply sigma j is equal to 1 to j xj minus yj whole square, xj minus yj whole square whole power 1 by 2. Whole power 1 by 2 means obviously that is square root. Okay, you can write any notation. These are the two distances methods. Now only one important point, the important point related to Manhattan distance. So the Manhattan distance, we can travel along the coordinate axis. Remember the point? In Manhattan distance, we can travel along the coordinate axis. That means simply if this is the formula, x is one coordinate, y is one coordinate, we are following a simple coordinate axis, that is a fixed pattern. That is simply it follows a regular grid pattern. Simply it follows a regular grid pattern. Okay, simply that is example, a regular pattern. For example, rook. In the chessboard, the rook can move only either horizontally or vertically. Horizontally, that means it can move only the x coordinate or it can move only y coordinate. I think now you understand why I am explaining chessboard means this is the reason. It can move only in the x axis, that is x coordinate, or y axis, y coordinate. That is Manhattan distance. Coming to Euclidean distance. Euclidean distance means it is the square representation. Square representation means it can form in many ways. That means it can move in many ways. Simply a group, for example, it can move like this, crow files. As the crow files, that means a set of elements are moved to a particular direction. Okay, so this is, that means queen can move in any direction. At the same time, king also can move in any direction. That is the Euclidean distance. Okay, the first concept is Minkowski distance. This is the general formula. If p is equal to 1, that is called Manhattan distance. If p is equal to 2, that is called Euclidean distance. Once you remember this formula, replace p with the values, we get the answer. Now, okay, I think this is clear. I will move to next one. Now, if p is equal to 1 and p is equal to 2, just now we discussed. For example, if p value grow larger, what is the meaning? For example, if p is equal to 10, p is equal to 1 means we are moving horizontally or vertically. Suppose p is equal to 2 means we can move in many directions. Suppose if p value becomes larger, what is the meaning of this one? If p grow larger means, simply remember this one, the distance also will be more. The distance will be more, and the important thing is it is more dominated by the simply the largest coordinate axis, coordinate wise distance. That means a simple example, suppose king, assume king. What is the king do? So king on a chessboard, he can move either diagonally, horizontally, vertically. But what is the problem? The problem is only one step at a time. Only one step at a time. Okay, that is the main problem. That is, he have to move from one place to another place in the chessboard. The king has to move only one step. So this is also called as, that is, if the p value is larger, the distance is also called as Chebyshev distance. P value is larger, that means simply distance of some infinity. Why I am using infinity? P value is very large, that is the reason I am using infinity. X comma y is equal to, I don't know p value, that is I am using maximum condition, xj minus yj. So that is simply, this is the distance that is formed by king. This is the distance that is experienced by king. Okay. Now, up to now we have three: Minkowski distance, Manhattan distance, and Euclidean distance, and Chebyshev distance. These are the different distance methods. Along with, we now discuss 1, 2 and large. For example, if it is 0, that is called, what is this one? This is called 0 norm. 1 means 1 norm. Or you can write like this also, L0, L1, L2, whatever the notation. Either 1 norm or L1, 2 norm or L2, whatever the notation we are using. So I will explain this one. What do you mean by this one? 0 norm. Simply, this is not a distance method which counts the number of non-zero elements, in a vector. L0 counts the number of non-zero elements in a vector. So that is 0 norm. That means, what is the meaning of this one? Means, here the distance counts the number of positions in which the two coordinate x and y differ. I think you got it. In how many number of distance, what that is in L0 form, how the distance is measured? The distance is measured based on the difference between the positions of x and y, number of positions of x and y. That is, for example, if these are binary strings, the L0 norm is called as, everyone know, Hamming distance. What do you mean by Hamming distance? For example, if A and B are the two binary strings, the Hamming distance is the number of bits that are required to change one string into another string. That means simply the different positions among A and B. How this is represented? This is represented DIS. Here 0, that is, this is 0 norm. X comma y is equal to the same formula, sigma j is equal to 1 to g xj minus yj whole power 0. Okay, so that means what are the two values? The two values are x power 0 is equal to 0. X power 0 is equal to 0 for x is equal to 0. Otherwise 1. That means we have two values only. If x value is equal to 0, that means this is x value, this is y value. If x value is 0, the value is replaced with 0. If x value is equal to other than any value, this is replaced with 1. This is replaced with 1, or simply we can write like this also. J is equal to, just now we discussed, if it is 0, 0, otherwise it is 1. That is simply an identity matrix also. We can write like this. Xj is equal to yj. This is also another notation. This is called zero norm. This is called zero norm. Okay. So simply zero norm measures the Hamming distance. Zero norm measures the Hamming distance. Now up to now we have seen different distance measures. Different distance measures. So what are the distance methods? Minkowski distance. Based on this, we are getting Manhattan distance. Next, Euclidean distance. Next, Chefeu distance. Next, zero norm. Okay, for this zero norm generally there is no name. Okay, zero norm generally there is no name, or we can call by using one name, that is edit distance also. If you are using in binary notation, that is for Hamming distance, this is edit notation. Up to now these are the distance. Now which distance measure we have to use? Now the question is, depending upon the problem, which distance measure we have to use? Simply we have to make some metric. We need some metric. Okay. What are the different metrics? What are the different distance metrics? First, suppose given an instance space, suppose this is my instance space, a distance metric is represented, suppose DIS. Up to now I am using the same name DIS for distance measurement. Suppose a distance metric DIS specifies, you know this one, I already explained what is this one in the previous concepts. Given an instance space X, the distance metric is a function in the given range, such that the terms x, y, z, suppose I am using 3 coordinates, belongs to the instance space. That means I am using some coordinates and all the coordinates must also be present in the instance space. Now what are the properties? The first two properties, remember we have only either 4 or 5 properties. You have to remember these properties. What is this one? The distance between a point and itself. That means, for example, the point is x to x. What is the distance? X to x, the distance is 0. This is one point. That means DIS of x comma x is 0. You have to remember. That is, from that point to the same thing, the distance is 0. Second, all other distances are larger than 0. What do you mean by this one? For example, if you are moving from x, this is a point, for example, this is the plane, x is a point here, y is the point, z is the point. Suppose x to x, what is the distance? 0. X to y, compulsory the value is greater than 0. X to z, compulsory the value is greater than z. Otherwise, if the value is 0 means x is equal to y. That means both are same points. It is not possible to move from one place to another place. So, all other distances are larger than 0 when if x not equal to y, that is x and y are two different points on the space, that is on the instant space, then that is distance of x comma y is greater than 0. This is the second one. Now the very important point is generally the distances are symmetric. What do you mean by symmetric? The distance from A to B is equal to B to A. So the distance from x comma y, so the distance from x to y, it is equal to the distance from y comma x. So everyone has to satisfy this property. Okay, and the last one is triangular inequality. The last one is triangular inequality. Suppose to calculate distance from x to z, whether it is less than or equal to distance from x to y plus distance from y to z. I think you got it. So x to z, this distance less than or equal to x to y and y to z distance. Okay, these are the four metrics, these are the four properties to measure the distance property. Okay, for example, some additional properties. Up to now this is sufficient. Suppose if you require some additional properties, this is called, what is this mean? This is called triangle inequality. Triangle inequality. For example, in any case, suppose if the second condition is weakened, generally this is also called as pseudometric. Okay, these are some distance measures. And the final point in the concept of introduction to distance, the final point is, okay, depending on not only this one, not only the measurements, not only the distance measure we are using, so we have many ways to which distance measure you are using. So that means different scales. I am erasing this one. Yes, we have different, only 2 minutes, different scales for different coordinates. We are using different scales for different coordinates with, when we are using, if, understand this point, if they are traversed in different speeds. You got it? For example, assume king at a time move single step. King at a time move only a single step. So only a single step means we are using Manhattan distance. Suppose knight can move diagonal, horizontal. Okay, we can move some Euclidean distance. Like that, we are using different scales for different coordinates when, if they are traversed with different speeds. That means some people prefer horizontal distances, so some people prefer vertical distances. So depending upon, generally more realistic, we are using ellipse. Rather than circle. Okay, when to identify the points, that is to move from one point to another point in a fixed time. Generally ellipse is preferable compared to circle. So why? Because generally ellipse has a major axis and minor axis. Suppose for our convenience, if major axis of the ellipse indicates the directions, suppose a major axis indicates the directions that can be traversed at a larger speed. That means these are, for example, we have hypersphere also. What is hypersphere? Simply a circle. Hypersphere is a circle greater than or equal to 2 dimensions. Suppose r is the radius. What is the formula? X power t into x r square. This is the hypersphere. At the same time, we have hyperellipses also. X power t mx is equal to r square. So what is m? M is a matrix used for rotation. That is, matrix describes the rotation or scaling. Up to know what is the meaning of this one? That means we are using different shapes for traversing from one place to another place in a fixed time. Each one has their own advantage. Each one has their own advantages. Suppose if the shape of the ellipse is, if we are using the shape of the ellipse is inverse of covariance matrix, that is m is equal to sigma power 1, then we have one more distance. The distance is Mahalanobis distance is equal to x minus y whole power t, x minus y whole power t, this one covariance matrix inverse into x minus y. You got it? X minus y whole power t, this x is x minus 1, this is m is this one. So depending upon the shape we have different measurements. So this is introduction to distance measure models. Okay, what we discussed, how we perform in the chessboard, that is what are the different moves, what are the conditions that are present in the chessboard traversal, and then we discussed different distance methods, that is Manhattan, Euclidean, like that, and then different properties of chessboards, and finally the shapes we are using, the 4 points. We learn only 4 points. In the next session we will move to neighbors and exemplars. Thank you.